Hello, and welcome to the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. I'm your host. I am the founder and the senior director. My name is issacharbey, and I want to thank all of you for tuning in. If this is your first time listening to our channel, we ask that you let us know what city, what state, what country you're listening from. Let us know in the chat. Also, we're asking if everybody can go ahead and hit the like button. What it does is it helps us to raise the algorithms so that we can be able to go ahead and release this great teaching, these great lessons, this knowledge, so that everybody has access to it. We're in December. We're in the last month of the year. And as we get ready to move into 2025, it's very, very vital that we have a plan set up, that we have a sense of direction, that we know what we want. You know, they always say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. What I've done is on Black Friday, we had a Black Friday sale where you can do a consultation with me for $50. That is still valid. I did say that it was going to go just to midnight Friday, but I'm keeping it on until Monday. So those of you that are listening, you can click the link below that says consultation, and you can schedule a consultation with me. Let's sit down and try to see what 2025 has for you. Let's put something together, a sense of direction. Let's look at your goals. Let's look at what do you want to accomplish? What do you want 2025 to look like? Let's get the pen and begin to start the rewrite. Let's start the rewrite. I'm excited about 2025. I'm excited about the future. Many of us are afraid of the future because we never saw it. We never had the ability to connect with it. But I want you to know that you can never be afraid of the future, because the best way to predict the future is to create it. And you create it with your pen. And so I'm extremely grateful for the feedback that we've been getting for this series, The Great Rewrite. And I want to thank all of you who have been so blessed, so, optimistic about the teachings and what we've been discussing. A lot of people have been reaching out to me, telling me that this is definitely wonderful and how this has been a great impact on their life. And so we are forever grateful. Today, I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to talk about something that's extremely important. And I think as we get ready to move into 2025, we need to discuss this. So these next weeks remaining before us, we're going to be discussing things that we need to make sure we are enlightened about, or have a sense of awareness as we get ready to go into 2025. Why? Because there's some things that you want to leave in 2024 that you do not want to take into 2025. And so we want to make sure that we are in the right place at the right time. If you can, I want you to go ahead and get in a nice, comfortable place. Go ahead and get in a nice, comfortable position, and make sure that it's quiet. Begin to quiet your thoughts. Begin to still your voice, still your thoughts, your mind. Put them at peace. Move into a level of stillness, of quietness. And I want you to close your eyes and just listen to me as I go through this spiritual mind treatment. I want you to hear the words that I'm saying. I want you to take it in, and I want you to become one with the divine mind. I recognize the one infinite present, the divine intelligence that is the source of all creation, love, and harmony. This presence is perfect alignment, eternal wisdom, and infinite creativity, guiding all relationships into the expression of truth, beauty, and unity. It is the writer of all life, the master's pen, rescripting every interaction with divine purpose and love. In this moment, I affirm that my relationships are rescripted for divine alignment. I surrender the stories of the past that no longer serve me, trusting the infinite wisdom within to rewrite the script of my connection with others. Every relationship in my life is now a reflection of divine love, truth, and wholeness. I open my heart and mind to the flow of perfect harmony, knowing that I am guided by the hand of the infinite. I declare that I am in perfect alignment with divine love and wisdom. I see each relationship as an opportunity to express kindness, compassion, and understanding. As I release any patterns of fear, conflict, or limitation, I make space for truth of the divine to shine through. The master's pen writes a new story, one of unity, forgiveness, and joy, bringing all my relationships into perfect balance. I know that as I align with this truth, the people in my life are also uplifted by this divine story. Each connection becomes a sacred expression of divine purpose, and each moment of interaction reflects the wholeness and perfection of life itself. I trust that the divine intelligence is scripting every relationship with grace, ease, always moving me towards greater love and understanding. I give thanks for this sacred rescripting, for the awareness that my relationships are blessed by the infinite presence. I am grateful for the divine hand that guides each connection, rewriting my life with harmony and joy. I release this word into the law, knowing that it is already fulfilled, and so it is, and so it is. Once again, those of you who are listening, I want to say welcome to the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. We are continuing our great series, The Great Rewrite, How to Change Your Life Script. And it's been a phenomenal journey thus far. Many have expressed how these teachings have changed their lives, have impacted their lives in some kind of a way. And so we are forever grateful. We also would like, if you're just joining us, please let us know where you're listening from, what city, what state, what country. Also, throughout the course of this teaching, feel free to comment in the comments, to write things down, to, if anything grabs a hold of you, definitely put it in the comments. We are forever grateful for your consistency and for your participation. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Master's Pen, rescripting relationships for divine alignment. See, listen, everybody that's listening to me, some of the most important things in your life will have to be around relationships, who you're in a relationship with. Maybe people from the past, maybe people from that you work with, maybe family members, friends from growing up. Life is about relationships. When I talk to people who are successful, people who are rich, when you talk to people who are famous, a lot of times the one thing they say is, I wouldn't be here without my relationships. And today I want to go a little deeper in that and explain what that means. Because many will think, it's because of who they know. And at some level, that could be true, but then at some level, it's not. And so we're gonna discuss that today, because many of you are getting ready to move into a new year, and you're gonna have to rescript some people who are in your lives. There's some people that you may have to script out right out of the story And then there's some people that you may have to write into the story. But also there may be some people you may move around. There may be some people who are in the background that you may move to the front. There may be some people who are in the back who are now in the front. Some people who are in the front, you may move them to the back. And so there may be a shifting going on as it pertains to relationships, whether it's love, romance, whether it's friendship, whether it's coworkers, whatever kind of relationship you have, friendship, right? We're going to look at the logistics of rescripting a relationship within our lives. A relationship is a sacred interplay of souls woven together in the cosmic tapestry of existence. It is not merely a connection between individuals, but a meeting of divine energies. Yes, it is that meeting of the energies. You know, when you first meet somebody and it's just a connection, you know, it's just something about that person that you two just connect, each carrying the essence of the infinite. So I want to talk about relationships and how important they are in our elevation and in our growth. And if we're talking about rewriting our script, relationships are vitally important because relationships are what make us. They would help us to grow and to elevate. And sometimes when we evolve and grow, relationship dynamics change. Relationships are seen as opportunities to transcend the illusion of individuality, revealing the interconnectedness of all beings. Each interaction becomes a mirror reflecting the inner world. What that means is, my friend, you meet nobody in this world but you. So as you evolve to a higher level, the relationships that you now interact and intertwine in will now come to that level. You start connecting to that higher level now because you're now moving to a higher level of consciousness. And so you will begin to mirror the reflection of your inner world. Why? Because you went ahead and you did a rewrite. Listen, you when it comes to relationships, you never have to get rid of anybody. You never have to let anybody go or tell that person. All you have to do is begin to start rewriting the script of your life. And as you start rewriting the script, that person will exit out by themselves. Relationships, rather harmonious or somewhat with difficulties or challenges, serves as a teacher, guiding us deeper into the mystery of our existence and the divine order of the universe. Ultimately, relationships are not about possession or control, but about sacred exchange, co-creation, and the realization that every bond is a thread in the eternal web of life. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the divine architect of your reality. As we delve into one of the most transformative aspects of spiritual growth, relationships, every person you encounter in life is like a character in the grand stage of your existence. But here, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this for a moment. The characters in your story are not fixed. They respond to the energy that you emit, the roles you have assigned, and the boundaries that you enforce. One of the things I always like to say is, I am the divine author of my life. each relationship in my story aligns with my highest good and divine purpose. Every relationship in your life should align with your highest good and your divine purpose. You never want to be in a relationship with somebody who's pulling you down, somebody who's abusing you, somebody who's bringing negativity, somebody who's constantly weighing you down. Because, and so what this means also is that you have to listen to this. Listen to this, my friends. Everybody's not going to be able to go and make it to the end of the story. Everybody's not going to be able to go to some of the places that you're going to be rescripting. And what happens is a lot of times we hold on to this thing called loyalty, because this was my 5th grade childhood friend. We went to kindergarten together. We went to middle school together. We went to junior high together. We went to high school together. We went to college together. We did all these things together. And so what happens is life happens. And so you evolved and you went into a different direction. You're getting your life. And so you try to carry people with you. You try to take people with you who were not designed or destined to go with you. Keep in mind, everybody has their own life story. And their life story may not be interconnected with you forever. They may just be in your life for a season or for a reason. So we have to keep in mind that as life changes, the players, the characters in our lives begin to switch out and come out. We meet no ordinary people in our lives. If we give them a chance, everyone has something amazing to offer. Everybody in your life, like I said, is there for a season or a reason, right? There's something that you were to get from them. There's something that they were to get from you. And once you understand that, you don't try to hold on to something, or you don't try to keep something going that needs to be released. Relationships are born from a vibrational frequency. Often we place people into roles, right? So in your life, there's so many different people, right? If you're married, there's a spouse, your children, your mother, your father, your brothers and your sisters, your aunts and your uncles, your cousins, friends of the family, other relatives like your grandmother, your grandparents, maybe your cousins on your, on your aunt's side, your aunt's children or your uncle's children. So everybody in your life, we place them into roles, whether they are an antagonist, a savior, a mentor, and these roles are not permanent. They can and must change as we evolve. Nobody is written in stone. I often say, we're in this last month of the year 2024. I think it's imperative that everybody who's listening to this, that you take inventory of the people in your life. Take some inventory. Are they contributing to my growth, or are they keeping me stagnant? This may be hard. This may be hard. It may be hard for some of you because these are people who you love, who you care for. And so remember, we are rewriting our life story. So sometimes your love and caring for people, you have to learn how to put that to the side and say, listen, I'm rewriting my story. And so in order for me to rewrite my story, I have to make some changes that's going to benefit me and allow me to move into my fulfillment and my happiness, right? So you got to ask yourself the question, are these people in my life contributing to my growth or keeping me stagnant? Decide how each person fits into your vision moving forward. as you look around, you're looking at the people in your life, the friends, the families. How are these people fitting into the vision that I have for 2025? How are they fitting in? Some people you may have to write them out of the story. Some people you may bring in, some people you may move around. But this is imperative that you take a look at this, because remember, this is your life story. If someone no longer aligns with your story, let them exit with love. Yes, you got to let them exit with love. I've had somebody who I was connected to for years, and all of a sudden this year, I began to evolve. My consciousness began to evolve, and this person separated themselves from me. And the way they did it was so just unbelievable, because they just like disappeared. But at the end of the day, I had to understand that this person was exiting out of the story because I'm changing my story. I'm rewriting my story, and I'm rewriting it to a point where I'm moving and elevating. I choose relationships that nourish my spirit, that challenge my growth, and align with my divine purpose. I got to be with people that's going to promote me, that's going to push me, that's going to elevate me. Not people who are going to talk about me behind my back, who are going to be my friend up front. Not people who just want something from me, and then when they no longer can get something from me, I'm no longer valuable to them, or I'm no longer good for them because they can't get anything from me. And so you have to be very mindful. That's why I said you need to look at the people who are around you and figure out, are these people going to benefit me, or are they going to be stagnant and holding me down? And then the people who are around you, whether you're talking about your close-knit circle, the people around you, your friends, your inner circle, your best friends, or whoever you have around you, how do these people fit into my vision going forward? How do they fit into my life's vision going forward? Because I got to be in a place where I can move and elevate and grow. And when you move and elevate and grow, there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some things that's going to happen that's going to take you to the next level. Some people come into your life as a blessing. Others come as lessons. Yes. Some people will come into your life as a blessing. Some people will come as a lesson. I've had it so many different ways. I've had it so many different, times looking at things. But it's right, some people come as a blessing, and some people will come as a lesson. Every relationship begins with an unseen energetic contract. Every relationship begins with an unseen energetic contract. These contracts are not formed through words, but through intentions, beliefs, and the emotions we carry. Relationships. Contracts are like mirrors. Relationships reflect our subconscious patterns and inner dialogues. And so when I say that, let me stay here for a moment. You will hear a man say that he keeps finding the same kind of woman over and over again. And so he says, I want to leave this city and state that I am in, and I want to go to another city and state because I keep attracting and dating the same kind of a woman. only to go to the next city and state and date the same kind of woman, attract them, right? A woman says, you know what, I'm in this city and state, and all I keep dating is the same kind of man. I keep finding the same kind of man that I keep pulling in, and it's just not working for me, so I'm going to go to a different state. I'm going to move and go to a different state because I want to start pulling in a different man that I can date and get in a relationship with. And so what happens is this person doesn't realize, once again, as I said, that we are in relationships that begin with an unseen energetic contract, which means that energy, your fulfillment, your magnetism, you're pulling in yourself. You meet no one in this world but you, right? These contracts are formed not through words, not through words, but through intentions, our beliefs, and our emotions that we carry. The contract is seen like a mirror. Relationships reflect our subconscious patterns and inner dialogue. Listen, my friends, if you want to change the kind of people who you are magnetizing in relationships, you see somebody and you say, oh, that person looks good, I'm attracted to that person. And let's say you had if I gave you a whole layout of 5 pictures, and out of the 5 pictures, you picked 2 guys. The 2 guys you picked happen to be the kind of guys that you always pick. That's letting you know that there needs to, and if these guys are not who you want, then it's a definite understanding and coming to an awareness or coming to Jesus moment that you would say to yourself, I need to rewrite my script. I need to rewrite my subconscious patterns and change my inner dialogue. Karmatic ties. Some connections come into our lives to resolve past life karma or soul agreements. You know, we meet some people and they say, oh, this person is my soulmate. I believe that this person was my soulmate. You know, they finish my sentences before I say it. They know what I'm going to say before I say it. They know what I need before I even ask. You know, so we have situations like that. These contracts can be rewritten by shifting our energy and intentions. Yes, you can rewrite it. You don't have to move to another state to change the fact that you keep attracting the same people or the same. And what we have to realize is that whatever you pull into your world is a reflection of you. So you have to now start changing the people that you bring in by rewriting your script. You have to change you. Yes. Keep in mind, my friends, anything you want to change in your life starts with you. You're never going to point the finger. You're never going to blame anybody else. It starts with you. That's why I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, you don't have to worry about what's going on in politics. You don't have to worry about who's the president and who's not the president, because the only person that can stop you is you. You have the pen. You have the ability to rewrite your script and rewrite your story the way that you want to rewrite it. The only person that can stop you is you. Identify the contract. Ask, what roles does this person play? What lesson do they bring? Yes. When you start getting into relationships with people, you need to ask yourself these questions. What role does this person play in my life? What role do they play? Because my life is a movie, and I'm in control of the pen. I know how I want my movie to go. I know how I want this to unfold. What role does this person play in my life, and what lesson do they bring? You have the ability to rewrite with intentions. Speak. I always say like this: I release all karmic ties and invite harmony into this relationship. I choose to connect with this person only from a space of mutual respect and growth. you'll begin to visualize the shift of the relationship. Picture the relationship transforming into one of the balanced and alignment. My relationship is in balance and it's in alignment. You don't want to be around people that always take. You want to be with somebody who is a giver. It's nothing better than two people who are givers that get to each other, that get together. Why? Because they're constantly pouring into each other. They're constantly pouring into one another. They're constantly pouring into one another. I honor the sacred contracts of my relationship and choose those that no longer serve my highest good. I honor them. Yes. Listen, it's going to be difficult to let some people, when people walk away from you. Because listen to me, you don't have to ask anybody to leave. They're going to walk away from you. They're going to walk away from you. And once they walk away from you, you're going to have to make that statement. I honor the sacred contracts of my relationships and release those that no longer serve my highest good. When I say release, meaning that you are letting go of your feelings, your emotions, your tides, your concerns about that relationship that will have you feeling some kind of a way because you feel like, oh man, this person doesn't, walked away from me. This person is no longer connected to me. And you have to understand that this person no longer serves you or your best interest, basically where you're going. It's not that the person is a bad person. It's not that the person may have done anything wrong to you, but this person no longer serves purpose in your life at this moment. And so you release them by you letting go of the connection that you had. And so it's not that you may not talk to the person again. You'll talk to them, hey, how you doing? But it never will be the way that it used to be because now you're rewriting your script. You're elevated. You're moving on. So this person doesn't have access into your life as they once did. They're no longer part of the story. Relationships are eternal. The separation is another chapter in the relationship. Relationships are eternal. The separation is another chapter in the relationship. In relationships, you have to keep in mind that you only get out of life what you are. And so a lot of times we want things in a relationship that we're not. When I talk to women all the time and they say, I want a man that's 6'2" and he has a 6-pack and he makes millions of dollars every year and you have all of these great characteristics that you want this person to have, but you yourself does not possess any of those. You're not in the gym. You don't have a 6-pack. You're not making millions of dollars a year. And so we want things that we ourselves have not accumulated, that we have not become ourselves. And we get frustrated and disappointed when we start attracting what we are. I keep attracting the same kind of person. I keep attracting the same kind of job. I keep attracting the same kind of friends. It seems like all the friends I ever had always talk about me. They always stab me in the back. It's not where you live or the city or the state. You may need to rewrite your story. Change the subconscious patterns in your inner dialogue. One of the most important things that one needs is boundaries. Boundaries are the scaffolding of your vision. They protect your energy, they honor your self-respect, and they ensure that relationships align with your divine path. Boundaries are energetic declarations of self-worth. You got to have boundaries in a relationship. Learning how to say no to others is a powerful yes to yourself. You know, a lot of times when I'm doing consultations, I'll be with some people, and some people who I counsel, I always tell them, I say, listen, you have to learn how to say no. A lot of people take your kindness as weakness, and you don't know how to say no. You try to help everybody, you try to do everything for everybody, and you can't. You can't do that. You have to learn how to say no. There's a power in saying no to others, because when you say no to others, guess what you do? You say yes to yourself. Healthy boundaries signal to the universe what you are willing to allow in your life. Let me say that again. Healthy boundaries signal to the universe what you are willing to allow in your life. When you're talking about boundaries, know your vision. Without clarity on your goals, it's impossible to set a meaningful boundary. That's why I'm doing the Black Friday special. I made it very economical for people. I brought it down to $50. You know, if you don't know which direction you want to go in 2025, if you don't know what your goals are, what your vision is, let's get together and let's get you straight. Let's get you into a place where now you can tap into your purpose and your destiny. You can kind of move some things out of the way and begin to take the pen back and begin to rewrite your story. Let's begin to move into a position now where we can change the dynamics of our lives with the great rewrite. Communicate authentically. Using the I statements to express your needs. When we talk about communicating authentically, right? I need time to focus on my goals. So I can't commit to this right now. I need time to work on my plan and my mapping out for 2025. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make that or be able to deal with that because I have some other things that I'm doing. You begin to start understanding that this is about me. This is about me redirecting. This is about me reconnecting. This is about me restoring, revising, repairing everything that has happened to me because I'm in the great rewrite. Rewriting my goals, rewriting my destiny, rewriting my future. Energetic boundaries. Visualize a shield of light protecting your energy field. You know, one of the boundaries is you being protected. You know, everybody has to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries in life. You can't let everybody just come into your life. You can't let everybody just walk on top of you. You have to have boundaries. Boundaries are good for protection. Boundaries are healthy because it gives you space. It gives you peace. It gives you the ability to be who you are and not have to worry about all of the outside influences. Why? Because you've set forth your boundaries. I honor myself by setting boundaries that reflect my self-worth and divine vision. Let me say that again. I honor myself by setting boundaries that reflect my self-worth and divine vision. Ladies and gents, hear me and hear me good. You cannot set boundaries and take care of everyone else at the same time. I'm going to say that again. You cannot set boundaries and take care of everyone else at the same time. You know, when you start talking about rewriting your story, you have to be concerned. You have to be understanding that when you start working with these teachings and you start applying these things to your life, you're going to see the outside world begin to change. You're going to see the outside things begin to change and move. You'll see people kind of moving and operating differently, people kind of looking at you differently and moving around. Why? Because they feel they can understand that there's an energy shift. They're not on the same level. They're not on the same vibration, right? There's not a energetic connection there. And so they're going to notice that something is strange. That's why I said to you guys, when you guys start elevating and moving in this, you don't have to tell your friends to leave. You don't have to tell your friends to walk away. They're going to do it on their own. And when that happens, you can't allow yourself to get upset and to go chase them and say, hey, what happened and this and that. But what you have to understand is that the shift happened. I made the shift. And because I made that shift, they were not able to elevate to that level. They have come to a place where you're going to release them in love and allow them to exit. They no longer have the roles they once had in your life story. They've been written out of the story, and so things have begun to change. You know, I mean, you see things happening. Many of you who are listening to me now, you watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Will Smith. And if you watch the show, in the beginning, they had one woman who was Phil's wife, and then as the series continued, then it switched out, and then there was another woman who became Phil's wife, who wasn't the original. She was exited out, and they brought in a different actress to play the mother. And so what I'm saying to you is, in life, it happens the same way. There will be somebody that will have to exit out, and there's somebody else that will come in. For every door that closes, believe it or not, my friend, there's another door that will open. You know, when we talk about setting up relationships and the importance of relationships, you know, we're in the holiday seasons now. We're looking at Christmas and New Year's Eve, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and it's a time of family, it's a time of giving. But right around this time, everybody starts to put together their New Year's resolutions. You know, they say, oh, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to, you know, start taking care of my finances better. You know, we say all of these things, but it's more than just the New Year's resolutions. It's about the rewrite. It's about us rewriting our intentions, rewriting our sacred contracts, rewriting our inner dialogue. It's about us recasting relationships. What does that mean? That means it's time for us, those who are listening to me, hear me good. It's time for you to recast your relationships. You may have to write some people out, and you may have to bring some new people in. When you talk about recasting a relationship, it's about the ability to evaluate, determine which relationships will uplift you, challenge you, or deplete you. Remember, there's two people you're going to meet in this world: people who are givers and people who are takers. Life gives to the giver and takes from the taker. Determine which relationships will uplift you, challenge you, or deplete you. When we talk about recasting relationships, also keep in mind, learn how to reassign roles. Decide who stays as the lead, who becomes a supporting character, or who exits the stage left. Everybody can't lead. Everybody can't be the supporting character, and sometimes some people will have to exit. And keep this in mind. Some of you who are leading and have been reassigned to a supporting role, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's some of you who are supporting that now move to a leading role, there's nothing wrong with that. You can watch, I've watched a lot of movies where I felt that the supporting characters stole the movie more than the leading roles. So it just matters how these people are going to be written into your story. How are they going to work with you? How are they going to move forward? Align with your vision. Make sure that when you are recasting in the relationships, that people are realigning with your vision. You know where you're moving to. You know where you're going to. You know what your purpose and your destiny is. You know what you are striving and manifesting for 2025. So you want to bring people into your life that accommodate your vision, that align with your vision. Make space for new relationships that align with your growth. Because each one of us are evolving. You know, so I've always said, you know, when people get in relationships and they come and they say, hey, man, it's a car. I'm done with relationships. Love hurts. Love hurt me, man. I can't deal with love anymore. And I say to them, that's impossible. It's impossible for love to hurt you. It's impossible. Love can never hurt. What happened was the person that you were in a relationship with, they hurt you. But love can never hurt you. What happens here is that I tell people all the time, you go out and date. Why? Because the more you date, the more you learn about yourself. Why? You meet nobody but you. You meet nobody but you. You meet nobody but you. So you get into these relationships and you get to understand, why do I keep meeting the same guys? Why do I keep meeting these guys that are no good, or these guys that don't do anything for me, or these guys that are not really what I wanted? You got to go in and make the changes, because you got to ask yourself, why am I pulling this in? Why am I magnetizing this in? I'm recasting a relationship. I want to meet new people. So you have to change the inner you, not the location. It's not physical. So understand, when we talk about relationships, those of you who are listening, women who want a relationship, you want to find your love mate, your soul mate, you want to get married. It's not yes, it's good to dress up and look good and wear nice clothes, but make sure you do the inner work too. Make sure you do the inner changing, the writing of your inner dialogue, the writing of your inner thinking. Because what's going to attract a man to you is not necessarily just looks. So if this relationship, this whole talk could go so much deeper. We can be here all day. But when a man meets a woman, he knows what he's going to do with this woman. He knows if she's marriage material. He knows if he's going to be in a relationship with her. He knows if he's going to look at her as just something to do as far as hang out and have fun with. He knows. Sometimes women will see a man with a woman, and we may look at the woman and be like, oh, well, the woman doesn't look that great. She's not that beautiful than me. How did she get him? And it's not about looks. It's not always about looks. We talked about that energetic connection. We talked about, the Bible says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing. He that finds the wife, that means the man is looking. He's finding somebody who's vibrationally connected to him, somebody who has the inner dialogue, they find that connection. Someone who's aligning with your vision, somebody who's making space for new relationships that align with your growth. Guess what? Everybody here is not going to be the same person in 2025 that they are right now. We all are evolving. We all are evolving. So that means everybody here is going to be moving and elevating to another level next year. I welcome relationships that align with my purpose and release those that are no longer serve my journey. Let me say that again, because I know some of you may need to repeat that. I welcome relationships that align with my purpose, and I release those that no longer serve my journey. The relationships that no longer serve my journey, I release and let go. I say this all the time, and I know if you guys have been following, you hear me say this all the time. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the resume of your friends. You are the resume of your friends. So if you want to change your friends, you got to change your level of consciousness. You got to change your inner dialogue. There's some of you right now that you want to become millionaires. You want to be successful. You need to start hanging out with successful people. You need to start hanging out with people who have money. This is what I'm saying to you. If you hang out with people that make $100,000 a year, you'll make $100,000 a year. If you want to start making $250,000 a year, then you need to start hanging out with people who make $250,000 a year. What happens is, as you start hanging out with those people, your consciousness shifts. Because people who make $250,000 a year, their consciousness is different from people who make $100,000 a year. Their conversation is different. What they see, what they hear, how they operate, how they walk, how they talk is totally different than the person who makes $100,000 a year. Your friends are a resume of what you're going to become. And we could just say it like this. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most of the time with. So that has to change. If I'm the average of the people that I speak with, that I hang out with, I need to change the people I hang out with. Because I want to be hanging around successful people, people who love to have a good time, people who love life, people who are very much fulfilled in life, who enjoy life, who enjoy family, the family dynamics, who enjoy every aspect of their lives, who understand the power of the pens and how to rewrite their life. Success, love, beauty, honor, right? And so when you look at life in that retrospect, relationships are everything. Relationships look and move us into a place where we look at ourselves and says, you know what, I got to look at this dynamic. I got to change some of the people who are in my life right now. I got to change the players in the movie. I got to change some scenes. I got to rewrite some things. Some of you are married, and your marriage is stagnant. You're not happy with your marriage. It's just something you guys are doing. You're going with the motion. We're married. Life took over. We go to work. We come home. We take care of the kids. We do this. We do that. And now both of you, your lives of what your purpose or your destiny is, has been covered by what you call real life. And so you guys are just going with the flow. You haven't even tapped into the possibilities of the greatness and all of the stuff that you possess. So guess what you got to do? You got to go in and rewrite. You got to rewrite the marriage. You got to rewrite the relationship. Some of you are saying, well, I'm not in a relationship, but I want to be in a relationship. I want to be my soulmate. What you do is you rewrite yourself, because all the qualities that you want from your spouse or from this person that you want to come into your life, you must possess them. Why? You meet nobody in this world but you. I want somebody who's honest. I want somebody who's loving. I want somebody who's cheerful. I want somebody who looks great. I want somebody who's in shape. I want all of those things. You need to possess yourself as well. You meet nobody in this world but you. I can't ask for something that I haven't. You cannot reap what you have not sown. I can't make $50,000 a year and say that I want a woman that makes $150,000 a year. It's not. It doesn't work that way. And then also, it's not always about the money. It's when I put the money figures in. When I talk about the money figures, I'm not talking about the dollars and cents. I'm talking about the levels of consciousness. It's a different level of consciousness of $250,000 a year as opposed to $100,000 or $50,000 a year. It's a different level of consciousness. So when we look at that in our relationships, we are looking for whatever it is that we, at our level of consciousness, want or that we want to become. And so you can only magnetize who you are, which means that you wanting to get a mate is not so much about you going outside of yourself and buying all the new clothes, putting on the makeup, putting on the lipstick, going out, looking great. No. Why? You know how many people that look good are not married? You know how many people are drop dead gorgeous and they can't keep a man? You know how many men that are drop dead, that are great men, they look good, six-pack, but they can't keep a woman? It has nothing to do with the outer appearance, my friends. Everything happens from the inside. Everything happens from the inside. Relationships are about inner side, inner work. It's an indwelling. It's an inner connection. We talked about this earlier today about the invisible contract. Relationships are invisible contracts that are energetically woven together. And so I don't want to. We can go on so long for this. This topic is just so great. When we talk about relationships, I love relationships. As a matter of fact, when it comes to watching movies, I love rom-coms. I love the romantic comedies. I study relationships. I study people. So I love the dynamic of people connecting with each other and shifting their level of consciousness and being able to find who they are and begin to elevate their level of consciousness. I am the master storyteller of my life. Every relationship in my world aligns with my highest truth and divine purpose. And when I want something, the universe conspires in helping me to achieve it. And you know how the universe conspires to helping you achieve it? They help you because you become it. The more you become something, the more. Listen, this year has taught me so much. And let me tell you why. Because when we started this year, everything that we taught, everything that we continue to teach, it seems like the more we taught on it, the more the information came to me. It seems like the more I taught, the more we taught, the doors of opportunity, the doors of knowledge just kept opening up to me. Why? Because I'm more focused on it. I'm not just teaching this, I'm becoming the things that we're teaching. So this is not something that you just listen to. You want to start applying this to your life, relationships, right? Your children, your mother, your father, your family, your coworkers, right? Your friends. Whatever relationship you want to dwell in, you want to make sure that this relationship is going to be in alignment with your vision. Who in life supports my highest vision? What boundaries do I need to set this week? What relationships no longer align with my purpose? You know, these are the things that we need to start asking and looking at, right? Relationships are everything. They are absolutely everything. Watching interviews with Will Smith and Kevin Hart, watching relationships, even watching the late Quincy Jones, who we just lost, he talked about the relationships, man, coming up, being connected, who he knew, who helped him out, who opened the door for him. You know, it's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. It's just amazing how life unfolds. So I wanna just, you know, let you guys know that you have the ability to rewrite your relationships. Relationships are everything. Nobody was designed to be by themselves, and nobody can do it on your own. So listen, everybody who wants to be successful, you're not going to be able to do it on your own. Relationships are what's going to get you to your destination. Relationships are going to get you to the place that you want to be. And so you got to be open to engaging and interacting with the new growth and the new relationships that you will encounter on these journeys. But always remember, you can't do it by yourself. You always need somebody to help you. It's not good for man to be alone. And with that, I want to say thank you for tuning in today. I hope that you guys got something out of this teaching today. I hope that you guys can take this and start to look at your relationships. Does this relationship benefit me? Does it align with me? And if it doesn't, let's go in and do some rewriting. The master's pen. You are the master, and you have the pen. You are the architect of your own universe. And so I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Listen, if you haven't done so, please hit the like button. Also, if this is your first time joining us, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay connected to us. We're here every Sunday, same time, same place. Also, once again, if you guys want to book a session with me, the Black Friday special is still available. It's $50. You click, you set up the schedule, you pick what day and time you want to meet. It will be recorded, and we will go forward into connecting with you to see what we can work out and get some things together for 2025. Also, I want to also state here, we're going to move into our circulation. So those of you that saying, you know what, these teachings have been a blessing to me, the Temple of Enlightenment has really poured out and really begin to give me knowledge and wisdom and begin to give me these great lessons. And so if you would like to join in, we're asking those who can and will to donate a $26 seed. Also, if you don't have the $26, somebody may say, I only have 5, I only have 10, I only have 15, whatever it is that you want to give in your heart desire. Whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. And we don't take anything for granted. We are forever grateful. And so with that being said, there are 4 ways that you can give to this ministry, to this organization. The first way is going to be Cash App. It's going to be $TOESC, and that's going to be $TOESC. That's our Cash App. The second way and the third way that you can give is with PayPal and ZELLE. PayPal and ZELLE are going to be connected to our email address, which is going to be info, INFO, @TOESC.org. Once again, that's going to be INFO @TOESC.org. And also, the ways to give are also in the description below. You can look as well. We also have our physical address. If you want to send us a check or a money order, you can make it out to the Temple of Enlightenment, and you can also send it there. Also, we also have VENMO. Those of you that want to use VENMO, Venmo is going to be our email address, which is going to be issacharbey@gmail.com, and that's issacharbey@gmail.com. So I want to thank all of you for your support, your donations, your love, your persistence, your consistency, all that you guys do. We do not take it for granted. Let's go out of 2024 with a boom. Let's go out on top. Let's go out and get ready to take over and begin to dominate 2025 as we get ready to move forward with the great rewrite. Listen, I'm excited about your future. I'm excited about what 2025 looks like for you. And the only thing that matters is, are you excited? And what does 2025 look like through your lens and through your eyes? And so let's celebrate. Let's get together and join in as we celebrate each other's victories, each other's profound victories of manifesting and going into 2025 and beginning to manifest and get the things that we've always wanted, and begin to rewrite our lives the way that we want it for every aspect of our lives, with health, finances, relationships, careers, whatever it is that we want, and we begin to rewrite and change the dynamics of our lives. And so I'm excited about it, and we look forward to it. I like to say this one thing: your destiny is not a matter of chance, but it's a matter of choice. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.